Hey guys, um, this video isn't gonna be technically singing, it's gonna be something different. Um, I've been realizing that a lot of people have often been bullied, and I've seen all these videos of people posting on YouTube about their suicide story or their bullying story, or them knowing a family member that has killed themselves for bullying. I don't think it's right for someone to be bullying someone else because no one is perfect, and when you're a kid, yeah, it seems that you're alone, but you have family and you have friends, even though you don't see it. I don't see my friends, but my friends have been helping me a lot throughout my life, and sometimes I feel like I have none. I feel alone, and if sometimes you feel like that, probably just hear some music. Music helps you a lot for any band that you like or any singer. Or if it's drawing, a lot of people have drawn how they feel when they're alone because you let out all your emotions on a drawing, and sometimes you really don't realize that you're drawing what you're drawing. You just go along with your hand, and that's something that's good for me when I'm sad. If I have no one to talk to, most of the time I either draw or I write down my life, or I write down what's going through my mind. If I had someone to talk to, I write down everything on a piece of paper. It's kind of like a diary, but you just write it down. Or sometimes if you're sad, you could get a piece of paper and write down all your problems, everything that's going through your mind, and slowly you could start writing things. Let's say if you have anxiety, slowly right next to it you put like a little mark and what you could do to make yourself better. I'm not doing very well like when it comes to that, but when you write down how you feel, and it just helps you because you get out all your feelings, things that sometimes you don't fully trust someone, and you know that that paper can't say nothing. It's just paper, and it just expresses how you feel. A lot of my friends have bad lives, and so does my family. My family really doesn't know me as a person. They don't see the bad things that really happen to me. Throughout my life, I've gotten bullied, I've gotten jumped, I've gotten followed by a man, and it's not a safe feeling. And sometimes I wish that when I was smaller, I could have done something when people were getting bullied, and I wish I could have helped people to escape all that when they're feeling inside. Because me as a person, when I was smaller, I would get bullied, and they would tell me things, and I wish someone was there to take care of me. Well, not take care of me, but defend me. And it seemed that no one did, and I wish someone did. I know it takes a lot of guts to do that because you can be the next victim of bullying, but at the end it's worth it. You feel better. You feel like you've helped someone in something that you never got, and you feel really happy. When I see people getting bullied or getting pushed, and sometimes I admit I do ignore it, I don't help, but once I leave I feel guilty because I just imagine that being me, and I just imagine someone else going up to them and telling them to stop. I regret a lot of things, but it's life, and I've realized, like my mom told me, that you need to be content of what you have. Content is happy of everything. That I need to stop looking at the bad things and look at the good things, because I feel alone at times, and I feel like no one cares or no one bothers to ask. But sometimes it's just myself making myself suffer. And bullying, I think when you see it, or if you're going through it, you need to report it. They might call you a snitch, but that's what happened to me. I was being bullied at school by a girl. She did a lot of things to me, and I would constantly cry because she embarrassed me in front of the whole class, and I was sad and I couldn't stand it, and I reported her about 3 times. My brother went to my school. He talked with the principal when I was a dean, and eventually she stopped. Even though she still gives me dirty looks, I'm happy she doesn't try to hurt me and call me things. I like it better that way. Even though I know that she still hates me, I don't feel as sad as before. I feel more safe in that I can be able to take care of myself, even though I have to have someone's help. But it's okay to have someone's help. People help you at times, and sometimes when I'm sad, they tell me to go to the counselor, even though I don't want to. Sometimes it's the best thing to do, because an adult has more experience. He has had more experience than you, of course, and he knows how to handle things. Even though sometimes they say that you need to report the person and you feel like they're gonna bully you more, it's not true. If you do that, they probably might still hate you. They'll probably give you bad looks, but it's not the same as them pushing you and throwing stuff under your chair and making a fool out of you. It's way much better. And I think people should start stepping up. If you're a victim of bullying and you see this and you haven't reported it, when you go back to school, report them. And if they continue doing it, report them again and again. Because if it gets to the point where they end up jumping you, you could easily just report them and they can get in trouble. Now it's illegal, which I think it's better, because lots and lots of kids are dying of bullying, and it's better. And you could do something that the people that died haven't. They never stood up, and if they stood up, they would have probably been happier. But of course, I was scared too when I reported them. But at the end, you feel scared once you report them. You don't know what's gonna happen, and you're just scared. And actually, it's worth it. The scare is just for a little, and the pain was just for the time that you didn't do something about it, but once you did something about it, it feels better. You're more calm. If people try to do stuff to you, and if they still go up to you, report them. Or if there's no one around at the moment, just walk away. If they try to get in a fight with you, just walk away. And if they still follow you, go to where the principal's office is, or go to a teacher that's nearby. There's a lot of classes and a lot of teachers walking around now. And you can technically have help from anybody. If it's your friends, you just go around them and you tell them to just try their best to get them away from you, and or while you go get some help, they distract them, which is pretty good. And I think everyone in their life has gotten bullied. Either it's been since they're small and it stopped, or it starts and it goes on. If it happens one day, you need to report it. Even though they call you a snitch, it's honestly worth it. Like a lot of people say, only God can judge me. And if they call you weak for anything, say if they call you weak for that, they don't know you. So just ignore it and just try to make a laugh out of it. Like when they tell me things rude and they tell me a whole bunch of things, I make a joke out of it. And sometimes when I can't, I just burst out in tears. But that's when you realize who your real friends are. The ones that stick by you, hug you, and tell you you're okay, and that they have your back. Even though they might not get down with them or anything. But just knowing that they're there to support you, and they're there taking care of you and hugging you and making sure you're okay, it's a big change in someone. And it's way better than just staying quiet and having to suffer with the same thing every day. So if you are still getting bullied, or if your siblings or your family or your friends are bullied or still getting bullied, you need to report them right away. Or if you see someone bullying someone, step up and do something. If they tell you something and they start telling you shit, it really shouldn't matter, because at the end you help someone that has a hard life or is starting to have a bad life, and you help them to be able to be happier. And honestly, that's a really good feeling. Even though people are like, oh, you're a goody two shoes, like walking, like if you go to the street, like my brother, he went to the street once and he saw an old lady and she was crossing the street, and everyone says that, oh, you're such a baby and you're helping them out, you're such a goody two shoes. But once you finish walking that old lady and she says thank you, you feel happy. You feel complete, and you feel like you've done something that they wish they did for you. And hopefully, if you're a better person, all those people that say that bully, karma comes back. And it's going to be 10 times worse than what you got. Even though it might not seem like it, but it probably might. And you just have to report them. That's all I have to say. If someone's bothering you, report them. And let's say if it's not at school, if it's like outside of your neighbors or anything, you can tell your family, and you can tell your mom, your dad. I'm pretty sure they would love to help you out. And there's always someone there for you, even though it seems like no one is, but someone is there for you. Well, hopefully I might be posting more of these videos up on my YouTube channel. Subscribe and like, and if anything, comment if you guys want me to do a certain, guess you can call it, vlog about anything. Like, just give advice. I would love to help you guys out in any way. Yeah, thanks.